Cindy was the kind of woman people described as strong. Strong, that word that people use when they do not know what else to say, when what they really mean is, she is still standing and we do not know how. At 29, Cindy had buried her mother, lost her job in the same month, and watched the man she thought she would marry walk out of their apartment with a single bag and zero explanation. 3 things, 30 days. She did not cry at first. She just went numb, the kind of numb that feels like peace until you realize it is actually just damage wearing a calm face. If you are someone who believes real stories have the power to change real lives, subscribe right now. Stay with me. Cindy's story is just getting started. For 8 months after everything collapsed, Cindy survived on autopilot. She woke up, she went through the motions, she scrolled through her phone until 2 a.m. watching other people live the life she used to plan for herself. She told herself she was healing, but healing and hiding look almost identical from the inside. The truth was darker. Every morning she woke up and felt the weight of who she used to be pressing down on her chest. The woman who had goals, the woman who had a plan, the woman who believed she was meant for something. That woman felt very far away now, and the longer Cindy stayed still, the more she believed that woman was gone forever. One evening, Cindy found an old journal her mother had kept. Her mother, a woman who had worked double shifts for 15 years, who had never once complained in front of her children, who had died with calloused hands and a soft smile. Cindy opened it slowly, like it was something sacred, and on one page, in her mother's careful handwriting, was a single line. The days I did not feel like getting up were the exact days I had to. Cindy sat on the floor of her childhood bedroom and read that line 7 times. Her mother had not been fearless. She had been disciplined. There was a difference. Fear she had felt every single day, but she got up anyway. She showed up anyway. She built anyway. Cindy closed the journal and stared at the ceiling for a long time. Then she whispered out loud to no one, "I have been waiting to feel ready." And she never waited a single day in her life. The next morning, Cindy set her alarm for 5:30 a.m. It went off and she lay there in the dark, cold room, empty apartment, the silence so heavy it had a sound. She thought about staying in bed. Her mind gave her every reason. You are tired. You are grieving. Nobody is watching. It does not matter. And then she heard her mother's voice, not out loud, but somewhere deeper than sound. The days you do not feel like it are the exact days you have to. She sat up, legs over the edge of the bed, feet on the cold floor, the shock of it sharp and real. She did not run a marathon. She did not transform overnight. She stood in her kitchen at 5:30 in the morning and made herself a cup of tea in the dark. That was it. But something had cracked open, something that had been sealed shut for 8 months. Discipline is not what you do when you are motivated. Motivation is a guest. It comes and it goes and it does not call ahead. Discipline is what you do when motivation has left the building and the room is empty and cold and there is no applause and no one watching. It is the most private, unglamorous, painful kind of love you will ever give yourself. And the cruel and beautiful truth is this: the mornings that break you are the exact mornings that build you. Cindy's mother knew this. She lived it quietly for decades. And now, at her lowest, Cindy was finally learning it too. Cindy did not fix her life in a week. She kept the 5:30 a.m. alarm every day, even weekends, even the days grief came back like a wave and knocked her sideways. She started walking, just 30 minutes, no destination, just movement to remind her body it was still alive. She applied for one job every single day, not 10, 1, with full attention and no apology. She stopped scrolling at night and started writing instead. Not poetry, not a plan, just honest words on a page about who she was becoming.
Some days she failed. Some days she sat on the kitchen floor and cried so hard her whole body shook. But she always got back up the next morning. Always. A year later, Cindy stood in front of a small room of women. She had started a support group for women rebuilding after loss. It had started as a simple post she wrote online at 6 a.m. on a Tuesday, honest and raw and unpolished. Within a week, 47 women had responded saying they felt exactly the same way. She was not a guru. She was not a success story wrapped in a bow. She was a woman who had survived the silence and decided to use her voice anyway. She was not the same Cindy who had curled up in the dark 8 months after her world fell apart, but she carried that woman with her. She honored her. She did not forget what it cost to climb back, because the climb was the whole point.
Here is what nobody tells you about discipline. It will ask everything from you before it gives anything back. It will feel like punishment for months before it ever feels like power. It will strip away every excuse, every comfort, every soft place you have been hiding. And when it finally sets you free, the freedom will feel different than you imagined. Not loud, not flashy. It will feel quiet and solid and unshakable, like a woman standing in a room full of people who once counted her out, saying nothing because she no longer needs them to understand. Cindy survived it, and so can you. If these kinds of stories speak to something deep inside you, subscribe to this channel right now. We are building something here, not just content, a community of people who are choosing to rise in silence and build in the dark. Come with us. You belong here. If this story reached you today, do not scroll past it. Like this video, share it with someone who is quietly fighting their own battle right now, and subscribe, not for me, for the version of yourself you are still becoming. That person is waiting. Do not make them wait one more day.